Good morning. Another good morning rant from MrFong, your favorite half Chinese. We are here in another part of Chinatown. Yes, it sounds very interesting when you say another part, right? It's only 2 streets though, and that's the other part. We haven't walked here yet, so for you guys who haven't been in my city, The Hague, it's another part. So let's talk about what a beautiful time it must be to be an American today. And I'm not saying that sarcastically, I actually mean that. Because why? I can see that a lot of people are struggling, and that's true. So I'm not being sarcastic to those people, but it also gives you a clear view of who you are as an American citizen and who your government actually is. But instead of starting to unite, looking at this restaurant, all of you are choosing to fight among each other and being nasty, right? Because I see a lot of people who voted for Trump are actually quite disappointed because they voted for lower prices, right? And instead they got hyperinflation. They wanted their business to flourish, and their businesses are going broke. So yeah, there you go. They're very unhappy, and instead of the Democrats handing them a hand or feel bad for their fellow Americans, they are actually making fun of them and say, oh yeah, you voted for him, this is what you wanted, ha 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 ha. What you actually should need to understand, dear Americans, is that you are all one people, and this would have happened, maybe not this hyperbolic form, but it still would have happened when there was another president of another party, right? So this is something that you all need to understand, and you thank you. You should not be angry at each other or making fun of each other or feel happy that the other one is also in the same package like you. All of you should start to understand, and this also goes for a lot of things in the Netherlands also. So Dutch people also here listen very, very closely. A people that is not united and that is actually very divided and polarized is not a people that can win. And that is why we as the people always lose. And it goes very much for the United States. You are not Republicans and Democrats. You are Americans. And the Dutch people are not, here they say always left and right. You are not a right wing or a left wing. You are a Dutch person. You are a civilian. You are a citizen. That's what you all are. You are all one people, and you should act like it, right? I don't know if I want to walk like there or there. Anyway, here's the city hall on my left. And that is what we need to understand, and that is why I say it should be beautiful, because it should be uniting. It should be understandable by now that your government is not there to satisfy your need or to work for you guys, but is there to work for a bunch of elites. And that is why this is such a beautiful time, because it clearly shows the divide between the elites and the regular people like you and me, that would actually should be triggering a unification between the people. And that is what should be happening, and that is why it is so beautiful. So please stop arguing with each other because one voted for Trump and the other one didn't, but start to unite and think how you two can get together and get your country back, because that's what needs to be happening, right? The similar goes for the Netherlands, for the Dutch people. Just forget about who is left or right. Just think about how can we get our country back. because clearly our country, whether it is the United States or the Netherlands, has been hijacked by the elites. It is very clear, there's no doubt about it. And the reason why all the citizens of both countries are suffering is because of these elites. It's because of we letting it happen. And this should be the time to start to fight against that and to say no more and to just create the circumstances. Oh, there's some beautiful girls there. And create the circumstances for unification so we can get our country back. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted because those girls were saying hi to me. When you are as old as me and you have a girl saying hi, and you know, then it's really something. Especially when it's two girls, right? So I got distracted. I'm admitting I'm guilty. So that is what we should happen, and that is why it is such a beautiful time to be an American at this time. I know it sucks because it's Eastern when I am actually filming this. Must be painful, but I need to crack a joke because Americans can't crack an egg right now because it's so expensive. And whether you are a Democrat or a Republican, none of you can crack an egg. And that should say it all, right? None of you can crack an egg. So stop fighting among each other and start fighting against the beast. That is what should be happening instead of fighting each other. You are all in the same group. See, this is the whole thing. What we have, what we have here under capitalism is always there is no groups between the people. There's only two groups. There's one that are the capitalists and two that is the normal people that are working every day doing, you know, the you and me. So that is what you need to be understanding, and that is why you should be unified and not be fighting, because you know, whether the Trump supporter can buy an egg, it also means that you cannot buy it. So stop laughing at them. It is horrible, and yes, I understand the sarcasm. I understand that people will fight against it or make a joke out of them. Yes, they have kind of deserved it because it was quite stupid to vote for somebody who is literally telling you that they will be raising the prices. So let me explain that part, how that happened, because these people also voted for lower prices. So why is it that they voted for somebody who blatantly told them, I will raise the prices? Because when you say I'm going to raise import tax, then you literally are saying I will raise the price, right? So this is a historic place, not historic because of Dutch historical value, but one day I was standing right at this spot, and you see all the terrace and the bars are here, and the police came, and I had a can of beer in my hand, and I was fined for 104 euros because I had a can of beer standing almost like, yeah, I think it must be at this point right here. You see, everywhere are bars and things. It should be normal to have a drink in your hand here. It should be illegal not to have one, right? But yeah, that's what we call freedom. That you get fined to have a drink. Anyway, let's get back to the subject. I just wanted to add the historic value to that particular place. Anyway, so what happens? What actually happened? So these people, I've seen a lot of these supporters, and they said, "Oh, I didn't vote for that. I voted for less." But I thought he would do this first. Well, I'm sorry, but he didn't say that. He never said how he would do it. He just said he would raise the tariffs. He did never say how he would bring back the jobs. He just said he will. This is the first problem that you already have. So when a politician is saying, let's sit here and at this statue, let me see, it is Guillermo Primo Principi Arausiaco Patria Gratis Populus. I have no idea. Let me show you what this. Yeah. I'm not sure if you guys can read it. That's what I was reading. Anyway, that's a big statue, middle of the center. Let me show it to you guys real quick. No idea who it is. Actually, oh yeah, I know who it is. Let me. I know who it is. It was actually somebody, I believe, who got so much power. Willem the First. It's the Prince of Orange. One of the. You guys see it? It's amazing, isn't it? The statue is still here. There was something that he had so much power. I forgot actually what it was, and that is why his statue is outside of the building where it should be, and not on it. So this is from 1535, 1935. I just wonder how many people have lost their lives because of him, but yet we have a huge statue on it, and I don't want to disown my history. So, again, getting distracted again. Let's just have a seat here. So why? I'll show you the whole thing. So why do people choose for that? Well, for one thing, they had no political education, right? So if you don't have political education, you having a hard time to understand how things actually are working. And that is the whole problem. And I keep saying it, you need to educate yourself if you want to vote. And these people never do that. And the same problem we have in the Netherlands. Oh yeah, but I thought you would do that. Don't think. You need to be very sure, right? If a politician is telling you, I'm going to bring your jobs back, just ask him how. If they're telling you, I'm going to raise tariffs, then you should ask yourself, how is a tariff bringing back business? Well, okay, so you have this argument of, yeah, it's going to be too expensive to export to here. Well, the United States is not the entire world, right? And you also have to get into a factor of, even when they do that, will it still be not a competitor in the United States against American produced products or companies, right? Because most often it will, as now it is still, right? All these Chinese products are still a huge competitor. Americans cannot compete, and the reason why, because everything they make, they need to have something from there, and those prices have gone up. So their own production, home production, so to say, is also going up. So it is just literally useless. And if you would have thought it through, instead of being angry and work up on your emotion because they have been telling you that Chinese people and China is your enemy, you should be thinking like, okay, what have they done wrong, right? If your politicians are saying that it's unfair trade, right? How is it unfair? What is it exactly that they did, right? If they're telling you, oh, they've been stealing intellectual property, okay, so what exactly did they steal, right? And you will soon come to the conclusion that it is just nonsense what they're telling you, just playing on your emotions, and that is why you made that vote. It is just time for a lot of Dutch people and Americans to just sit down and just do some soul searching, so the next time you can make a more educated vote, and maybe even better, take back your country, right? Because it has been hijacked by these corporates, right? you guys accusing China for stealing your jobs. China didn't come to you with gunboats and force those companies to come over. Your corporates came to China and asked them, can we please exploit your people? Can we please pollute your ground in order to make cheaper products, which in return they sold to you for massive, massive profits? China didn't earn that much from it. Actually, they just a fraction of what your corporates earned from it. But the difference between the United States and China was, in China they just used that little bit of money to invest back in their people. They invested in schooling, they've invested in healthcare, invested in infrastructure, all these things that just makes your life more convenient, makes your life have more value and just a better life in general. And that is what they did. And your country used all the tax money from you, because most corporates don't pay much taxes, and used it for wars to fight for corporate interest instead of your interest. Because any country that goes to war outside of its territory all of the time is not doing the bidding of its own people, because it's very simple to calculate it. Wars brings suffering, right? It costs a lot of money and it brings a lot of suffering to your own people. We're not even going to count about the countless lives that's been lost from on the other side. Just think of from your perspective. If they are sending your kid and your kid doesn't come back, wow, that's a huge loss, right? So it can never, ever be in your best interest. In your best interest is always peace, because under peace, business are flourishing. Under peace, nobody is dying. Under peace, it's safe, right? The more you fight against others, the more enemies you create, right? And so it's never in your benefit. How can it be in your benefit? It doesn't make sense, but nobody is thinking about it, because again, no political education, no way of self-thinking, critical thinking. It just doesn't happen. It's all based upon emotions. I understand that. So your country has been going down the drain for a very long time. So is it the same in the Netherlands. And that is why we have been voting for a lot of people who should not be in politics, who are just playing on your emotions, promising a lot of load, but never doing very much for the people. And that's the truth, whether it is on the left or the right, whatever it is that you want to call it. None of them actually is left. But that's for another video. If you want to understand that more, why I keep saying that in the neoliberal democracies, we do not have a left wing. It just does not exist. Even the ones that call themselves left wing are very far from being left wing. But yeah, anyway, I just want to have people understand what is going on. I want people to be able to analyze the situation for themselves without emotions, and have the understanding that whether you disagree or agree with somebody's political views or whatever, they are still the same citizens and they are all suffering. And today it shows very, very clearly, right? Even the people that voted for him are actually dissatisfied with what he did, right? So there you go. Now, it's time to unite and take your country back. And that also goes for the Dutch people, definitely for the Dutch people also. We are having a huge problem. Our problem is just as big as the United States. We are just as polarized. We are not one people anymore. And in order to do that, to take your country back, you need to be one first. Otherwise, it's never going to happen. And tomorrow we're still in the same situation. And it's just going to be worse. I just wanted to say nothing is going to change. Yeah, a lot of things would change, just not for the better. Let me know what you all think of this in the comment section. Please keep it respectful. Also, if you enjoyed this video, like, share, and if you have not yet, then follow. And this was your favorite half Chinese. And as always, have a great day.